G'day, this video is about simple interest and compound interest and kind of comparing the two to just see how much more compound interest gets over a couple of years. So I've got $5,000 and I'm investing it for 3 years at 6%, and I want to know whether it's better to do it simple interest or compound interest. Remembering that simple interest, the amount of interest doesn't change, the principal doesn't change and therefore the interest doesn't change, whereas with compound interest, the actual principal changes each year or each time it's calculated, which means your interest is actually going to get bigger as well. So let's do the simple interest first. Again, I use the I equals PRT over 100. So that ends up being 5,000 is my principal, multiplied by R, which is 6, multiplied by 3 over 100. That's how much interest I've got, and I can do these calculations in my head, although you could probably use a calculator as well. So 6 times 50 is 300, times 3 is 900. That's nice. That doesn't tell me how much, that's only the interest that I earn. I don't actually know how much money I'll have at the end of it. So let's just have a look at how much money I'll have at the end. That'll be in a different colour, of course. A equals I plus P, which ends up being 900 plus 5,000. So $5,900. That's how much money I'll have after 3 years. That's great. Let's have a look at the compound interest and compare. So the compound interest, again, I'm going to use the compound interest formula, P1 plus R over 100 N times N to the power of N times T. My P is 5,000. 1 plus R, which is 6 over 100 N. Now it doesn't actually tell me anything about N, so I'm going to assume that N is just every year. So N is N. Okay, and then N is just 1, so that becomes T, which is 3. So I end up getting that. Now I can't do this one in my head. I'm going to have to go to my calculator. So let's do that. Okay, 5,000 times 1, brackets, 1 plus, and then control divide, so that gives me the fraction, 6 over 100, all to the power of 3, I believe it was, and then push enter, and I end up getting 5955.08. 5955.08. So let's have a comparison now. If you had it with compound interest, you get $5,955.08. With simple interest, you actually only get $5,900. So compound interest is a little bit better. And you know, the more years that you do it, or the more times that you calculate it, the more and more it gets. If you'd like to know why that kind of happens, then I guess you can ask me in class. In fact, I might even go through that in class, just to help you out a little bit more so you can understand. But essentially, knowing the formulas is kind of enough to sort of get you by at this stage.